thank you so much for your performance. You were really fantastic, really moving. What was the preparation like for this role? Because it almost like you had to do double duty as a teen and as an adult.
Yeah, very challenging, very hard. It was a multiple step process. When you meet Corey Wise, I don't think you ever meet anybody like him. He's very unique. He's very one of a kind. So it was really about finding those nuances and those physicalities that made him who he is. And they're so specific. So it took starting with hanging with him and being around him, spending time with him, walking the streets of Harlem, going into Foot Locker with him and chilling. And then it also, I was working with a vocal coach for a long time, trying to find the way he speaks because it's very specific. Learn how to walk like him and try to embody him. No matter what, I can never be Corey Wise. I can only try to embody him and try to portray him. So it was just me trying my best to do that. And then finding the big difference between him as a youth and him as an adult. The difference between the fear, the naivety, the confusion, just being terrified versus, the coldness and the isolation and the darkness that he felt when he was older.
This is such a heavy role. It's very much part of recent history. It didn't happen that long ago. How has this coming to the screen for people to relive it again helped the way that Black and brown people interact with the police, with the justice system, and just all of those things?
This is the Central Park Million, This is not just the Five Boys. This is their story, but they're proud to also say that their story is for all the men and women who have gone through what they've gone through, and they're also so in the dark. So I think it's important for Black and brown people, my age especially, to learn, to talk, and to have a conversation about what they saw, and to maybe want to educate themselves, on the justice system, on their rights, on the laws, and not just view a cop as the enemy and not just view a cop as, all right, let me try to get out of that situation, but more so view him as a human being and understanding that you have your rights as a human being as well. And hopefully if that happens as a dynamic between a cop and a civilian, over time we'll stop that issue.
There's a number of injustices that are happening daily in our country, but was there anything in particular that was occurring at the time when you guys were filming the series?
In terms of like a police incident or
Police incidents, or anything of that nature?
at the time of shooting, I guess I can't recall, but everything seems so recent. Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, Eric Gardner. I can't think of anything at the time that was happening, but I can most definitely. I just know that being in New York City in general, seeing a cop every single day, you'll see the slightest things in the street that kind of twist your stomach, And when they stop somebody, you're wondering, should they be stopped, and do they have a reason to be stopped? And just that feeling alone carries, weight.
By participating in this, do you feel more enlightened now about the justice system and your rights and all of those things?
Most definitely. I'm aware of a lot of things that I wasn't aware of. I also got to spend time in active prisons and real prisons, and that opened my eyes. I didn't see it in the way of visiting somebody. I saw it in the way of sitting in a real cell and seeing these men in color codes and being placed into different colors based off their offense or what they think their offense is. It opens your eyes, and it makes you aware that it is okay to have that idea of looking over your shoulder and not being naive when you walk in the streets, and understanding that your life can be in danger, and to protect yourself and to walk around feeling protected.
And lastly, not to put this kind of pressure on you, but there's been a lot of buzz about your performance, award season buzz. How do you feel about your performance? And have you watched the series back since you concluded it?
Yeah, I watched the series. I'm not often proud of my work. I think sometimes I feel like there's always more to go to, and I mean, even for this performance, there was so much more for me to do, I always feel like. But I can sit back and say that I am proud of my performance simply due to the fact of what it's a part of, This project is bigger than me. It's bigger than my career. It's bigger than any performance I could ever give. This is real life, and this is history for a lot of people. And so for me, the recognition and the response it's beautiful, and I'm holding on to it tight. But I'm giving it to those men, and I'm saying that this is because of you guys, and that's the best feeling,